Hello. Okay, so I am so excited to share with you some of these insights and clarity that I had while I was in Sedona about myself, how I want to live, how the way that I live every day and the choices I make. Like I had this light bulb of, so if it all starts from within for each of us, right? Like however we want to see the world, it starts from within. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that I have a huge vision and mission based on John Lennon's Imagine that is really around peace and love and harmony and kindness in the world and equality. And that starts from within, right? And so I need to be living and embodying those things all the time as well. I say all the time, of course, we're human, right? But it's having the awareness around it. But I also had so much clarity on like within that how I do and do not wish to live my life. I realized that my purpose here, and this is really vulnerable to say because I had to go through some mind chatter with this. My purpose, as I just shared with you, is so much deeper than I believed it to be. Like, I will say, when people say, well, what do you do? Like, yes, I help women who've had some soul shaking event and their life has been rocked. Like, I help them to rebuild a fulfilling life, a life that feels truly fulfilling and wildly alive to them, and one that lights you up and has a fire in your belly because that's you deserve that, right? What I realized while I was there was that that's not it. It's that I'm doing it differently because the women in my space, we're doing it differently. We are doing it more deeply. We're doing it with more ease, and we're doing it with a spaciousness. We are done checking boxes. We are questioning societal norms. We're looking beyond the five senses, right? We're using that sixth sense. We understand and believe that there are things beyond the world that we see, right? And we are deeply, deeply connected to our intuition in order to help us get where we want to be. We are more connected to our inner compass than the compasses of everybody else. We are more connected to our inner belief systems and our truest self and how we feel in our bodies and in our soul than the opinions of anybody else. And while I was there, I also received the name of this new group that I'm going to be starting in the fall. And I had been playing around with names before I went. And I just kept thinking like it'll come. I had all these different ideas like expansive this, expansion that, blah, 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 blah. And we were there one day doing some movement and meditation, and it just came that it's infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. Why? Because when you tap into the energy of the divine being that you truly are at your deepest level, your soul that came here, when you can tap into her, your life is literally filled with infinite possibilities. You get to choose. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can show up however it is that you want to show up. And if you're listening to this and you think it's bullshit, I used to call bullshit on that. I was like, well, that's not true because some people don't have enough money, or some people don't have this, or some people, have an illness or a disease, or they had this happen to them, or this traumatic event. We still get to choose. Life is filled with infinite possibilities, and that gets me so excited because I know that each woman who steps into this container, this space, this sacred space of infinite possibilities, has the opportunity to move from a complete lack of self-trust to a space of believing in herself, to creating that vision, to taking the action, and to living differently, living on purpose, differently than she may have if she hadn't stepped into infinite possibilities. It gives me goosebumps to think about the women who are going to come into this space. It gives me goosebumps to think about the impact that this has on lives, because as each person shifts her own life, that has a ripple effect, right? So if you are in a space, like you had this life-shaking event and you're in a space where you feel disconnected, and that seems really far for you, I promise you it's not. I promise you that together we can get there. You will move through feeling more alive, trusting yourself, seeing the possibilities. That's huge. Just even seeing the possibilities, to then creating a deep and meaningful life for yourself. Because as I said, it takes connecting to that divine being who you truly are, because when you connect with her, life becomes filled with infinite possibilities. So I can't wait to share more, but that was like a huge light bulb, aha, stone throw to the head, whatever you want to call it, that I had while I was in Sedona. And I can't wait to share more with you about this. If it sounds interesting to you, and you want information right now, like if you are in that disconnected space and the idea of feeling wildly alive and creating a deep and meaningful life for yourself sounds like where you want to be, if you are ready to move from the space of like, what happened to me, or like, how am I healing from this? If that's not the sandbox you want to play in anymore, and you want to play in the sandbox of creation and expansion, and like, what do I want to do with this life I've been given? What is it that I want to do with this life I've been given? Then infinite possibilities is where you want to be. Because I will tell you this too. This next chapter of your life doesn't have to be built through force. It can be built through deeper connection, deeper trust, deeper truth, and holy shit, deeper wisdom, deeper alignment, all the things. So that's all I've got for you today. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you back here next time. Bye.